Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for this round of 4 game. The game before this was the round of 8. Round of 4 game. This week, Paradox eSports Dominion Championship Series is going to be Stalin bottom up against Everglade Tree Lovers. And this chat is pretty funny. I'm going to try to capture it real quick before they kick us out here, because sometimes the chat's pretty funny. There we go. I'm talking about how, it's a 5-game casting combo. A little bit of friendly banter here. Oh no's, 1 out of 5 supports banned. Afro, please. Pretty funny stuff from these guys. Little behind the scenes glimpse. Fancy Wolf says he's had enough of my hullabaloo. Play games, dudes. There we go. Okay, at the champion select screen now. For this round of 8 game. Let me get the extra bands updated here. Is this it? Nope, not that one. We have Stalin bottom against Everglade Tree Lovers. I can't read this. Okay. I have to type black text on a black background. And sometimes it's a little zany. Here's the extra. Oh, must be this one. No, must be this one. Oh, here we go. Configure. There we go. So the extra bands this game were Orianna, Kha'Zix, Ziggs, and Janna. Okay. And then taking a look at the rest of the bands that are being done here. No, what the? Oh, there we go. We have Wukong, Leona, Taric, Kassadin, Lulu. And who's the last band going to be? So this does leave Sona open as a support. But kicking out Janna and Lulu take away 2 of Alia's better characters. None of Generic's APs have gotten banned out. It is possible, so he can Kha'Zix asked in the chat, didn't Everglade Tree Lovers beat Corval, Generic, Alia last night? No, they beat Corval and some other guys. They beat Amputees, they beat Penetration, and then they... Who else did they beat? They beat someone else in there, I think. No, it went Amputees, Penny, and then after that I think they fought someone else in the finals. But Corval was on Penny's team, but Generic and Alia weren't there. So, similar team, but definitely not the same one. So that first pick is going to be Fancy Wolf taking Maokai for his team. We talked about Maokai in the first game. He's a good champion. Delay is good. Crowd control is good. Durability, very nice. Chlorophyll. And over the other side, they're going to pick up Zyra. Both the plant champions are very good at delaying on points and just being an absolute nuisance. So we'll probably see that locked in because Zyra is a very good champion on this map. And then Jarvan the 4th as well. Jarvan and Maokai, probably 2 most common picks in this game mode. Seeing both of them in the same game on opposite teams, something that happens pretty often. Jarvan, talked about him as well. He spawns terrain, line effect, AoE airborne. Good character to have. Paired up with Zyra. It's a lot of crowd control. And, guys, we may get to see some generic Brand. Might be looking to start a forest fire against Zyra here. We'll have to see how it plays out. And what is Alia going to play? Lulu and Janna have both been banned. Alia is well known as a support player in Dominion. Sona's still open. Taric's banned. Nami. Ooh, we might be able to see Alia play Nami again. That'd be interesting. No, he's going to go for the Sona pick this game. And he's going to lock that in. So we're going to see Sona and Brand along with Maokai. On the other side, we're seeing, forgot the icing, highlighting Talon. Are we going to see Swain picked up for Take Your Pill? Talon probably going to be locked in. And I wonder if we're going to see Snide Sentinel and Corval face off in the bottom lane. Or if it's going to be someone else. Yep, there is that Swain pick from Take Your Pill. As well as Talon. They could lock those in now, but the benefit to not locking them in is you get more time to sit around and think about things. Finish reading something on the internet. Ooh, a Zed pick. We haven't seen Zed in quite a while. When they made the recent changes to Zed's Shadow, travel speed, and some other things, I forget what specifically, but after some of the changes that they made to him, Zed hasn't been picked nearly as often. Could be Gragas instead. Gragas is a good bottom lane champion. Wave clear is nice, does a lot of damage. And no namer has yet to highlight anything. There's not a lot of speculation I can do on this, other than what's already been said. These are all solid picks. They're things that we've seen before. So no name are going to be picking up Lee Sin. Durable champion with good engage and escape. Ooh, Jayce. We haven't seen a good Jayce in tournaments in some time. Jayce is an absolute monster. We don't see him played too often because the few people that are good at Jayce, Jayce gets banned against. And a lot of other people don't put time into playing Jayce because they know Jayce will get banned against them. But in this instance, we're going to see No Namer actually being able to play as him. Jayce can do truckloads of damage. Highly mobile champion. Great poke. Very good disengage from fights as well. Solid character. He is killable, but his toolkit is just so varied that it's difficult to actually get into a good stand-deliver engagement against him. We're going to see Snide Sentinel picking up Ezreal. Interesting. Maybe going to see some trades going down here. See Ezreal bot, maybe. This Beast 919 was playing some Beast Ezreal yesterday in competition. No, we're going to switch over to Karma. Gonna take that Karma down bottom lane. We're going to see some trades. How is this going to play out? Yep, there's a switch. Afro Dynasty Karma. Snide Sentinel going to take Zyra down the bottom lane. Up against Kha'Zix. Snide Sentinel seeming to really like having those AP champions down there in the bottom. We've seen him play Ziggs, we've seen him play Orianna, we've seen him play Syndra, and now we're going to see him playing as Zyra. And Afro Dynasty, he's a good Karma player. We've seen him play Karma, I think, every game so far in the since these guys have started competing yesterday. So Afro Dynasty's played a lot of Karma. Take Your Pill's been on Swain and Mao. Snide Sentinel's changed it up a lot. Forgot the Icing's been playing Talon Darius. And Beast 919. Beast 919's played Ezreal and Jarvan now. They played something else, I can't remember what. Oopsie doopsie. Okay, I can take off these summoner spell blockers now. We can take a look at what these guys have chosen to arm themselves with. Revives and ignites. And actually there's a lot of colors going on here. Take Your Pill Swain picked up that Garrison. And we saw some pretty solid Garrison play before from this player. And maybe we'll see a continuance of that. Swain tends to be pretty durable and survivable. We're seeing ignites. One on Fancy Wolf, one on Forgot the Icing, and one on Corval as well. Corval, it's really going to help him having that Ignite up against Snide Sentinel. Zyra giving him that little bit more damage. Snide Sentinel Zyra is playing a little bit more safe, has a little bit more utility going on by picking up that Clairvoyance. For the team, you see 1 Clairvoyance on each team, 1 on Alia's Sona, and 1 on Snide Sentinel's Zyra. We're seeing Exhaust as well. Exhaust really helping straight up fights. So, pretty good mix of spells. It's not quite the pure Revive Exhaust with a couple Ignites that we normally see. Players mixing it up just a little bit here as we go into this game. This round of 4 game, which is going to be these two teams, Stalin bottom and Everglade Tree Lovers, up against each other. Seeing the Taric and Leona bans, though, is not that surprising. Looking at recent changes to them, Taric and Leona both had a substantial increase in power. Leona with the introduction of armor and MR ratios to her ability, or to her Eclipse, in order to give her even more armor and MR, based off how much she builds. And Taric also had a nice armor ratio on his armor generating ability, so it was absolutely powerful. Now, Leona hasn't been changed. Taric had his armor ratios cut a little bit from what they were previously. Still pretty monster tank, not quite the Lord of AD that he used to be. We're seeing Wukong, Nid, Lulu, Cass banned out as well, in addition to Ori, Kha'Zix, Ziggs, Janna. Now, the Orianna and Ziggs ban was specifically up against Snide Sentinel in order to counterban out his bottom lane a little bit. The Janna ban was specifically aimed over at Alia, who's a very good Janna player. And Lulu is if there's a support player on the other team and you know that they can play Lulu, you can ban out. That's a very safe ban. Lulu can be a really difficult champion to deal with at times, and Alia is also a good Lulu, so being able to take out 2 of his good support champions and being able to take out 2 of Snide Sentinel's good bottom lane characters, a little bit of counter-banning action having gone on. Cass is a little bit of a standard ban, so is Kha'Zix. Are the best AD and AP assassins in the game mode. Transition screen, there you are. Okay, this game is going to be Stalin bottom up against Everglade Tree Lovers' team. Stalin bottom's team consisted of Fancy Wolf playing as Maokai, Generic playing as Brand, Alia as Sona No-Namer playing Jayce, and Corval playing as Gragas. Over the other team on Everglade Tree Lovers' team, we're going to have Afro Dynasty playing as Karma, Beast919 playing as Jarvan the 4th, Forgot the Icing playing as Talon, Take Your Pill playing as Swain, and Snide Sentinel playing as Haunted Zyra. I am Gandair, I am your commentator, and Haunted Zyra is a really cool skin. It's very good. A little bit sad that it was a 13, I think it was a 1350. But, I mean, they still have to code all Zyra's plants and whatnot and hoo-ha. We'll never get a cheap skin for a champion like that, I don't think, just because they have to do all the extra skinning and things. But, seeing that Haunted Maokai, it's a really good Maokai skin to have. Both of the plant champions have Haunted skins. I just realized that. I'll make sure to turn on KDA. I'll make sure to turn on, there we go, KDA is activated now. Take a look at Jayce. And where is it? Dude, Hypercharge right here, man. These are pretty crazy. Increasing attack speed to maximum for 3 attacks. Hit Hypercharge, you get to go blat, blat, blat. It's a pretty good thing to have. And then here we go. To the Skies is also a nice ability to have. But even better is Thundering Blow. Deals 8% of their max health as magic damage. That's a really good spell to have. It's pretty crazy. Jayce's skills are all quite good. And conveniently, he's changing his hammer back and forth so that I can read all of these off. Hextech Capacitor. This is what makes Jayce awesome. The mobility that he gains from that 40 movement speed for 1.25 second each time he casts transformation. It's that little extra speed boost. So as long as he keeps shape changing his Hoobly Hoo, then there's that extra move speed. It's really nice. Combine that with acceleration gate, and oh dear, you can show up. Oh man, combine that with Sona on top of that. Aliyah Sona for the movement speed. Yeah, highly mobile character with Jayce. There's that offensive CV over there coming out from... There's the exchanging the CVs. Each one wants to know who's showing up and in what marching order. Arriving now at the top. Ooh, dear, take your pill, taking that pillar, but not doing quite a lot of damage yet. Shock Blast, Acceleration Gate combo doing a fair amount of damage. That will only get scarier as the game goes on. It does take quite a bit of mana to use, though. Another shot coming across the tower at him. Ooh, Seer connecting as well. Take your pill being chipped down pretty low. Fancy Wolf sticking his head out. Eats a Decrepify for his trouble. Looks like Take Your Pill may be the next one to go down. Nope, he is just barely going to escape from that. And Afro Dynasty will be taken down, and it looks like Stalin bottom is going to take control of the windmill. Jarvan is able to retreat. Snide Sentinel able to gain control of his tower. Down the bottom part of the map. I should see them play out in lane a little bit more. There's that CV going off. Didn't quite see there it was. Used all the way up there on the speed shrine. Snide Sentinel using those to spot out for his team. Even though he is in the bottom lane. Very useful. Aliyah trying to go for the Storm Shield. Is going to get a harass, though, from Jarvan in the process. And Aliyah picks up Storm Shield, give him that extra health, extra damage done as well. Storm Shield making him a little bit more hard to kill, while dealing out a substantial amount of extra DPS. Being able to secure the Storm Shield is a really useful thing, but you always want to have backup when you're doing it, because this is a really prime ganking spot here over at these center relics. You see them cutting in now, trying to go in for Beast 919's Jarvan. They're going to chase him away down through the southern end of that fight. Twisted Advance through onto Afro Dynasty. The Eventual Maelstrom has been thrown down, but it's in a position where it's not really helping the fight too much. Leaves it on for a little while and then calls it quits. We have both the bottom laners moving up, and oh dear! Being kicked back into everybody else. Great setup from Corval, selling Zyra out to the enemy team. Good crescendo coming from Aliyah as well. It looks like Forgot the Icing is going to be picked up. It just leaves Take Your Pill and Afro Dynasty alive, but they can't really 1v that many. No Namer's just barely going to get out of there before another Tick of Ravenous Flock was able to arrive and take him out. Jarvan throwing down the standard. Stalin Bomb's team still in control of 3 points for the moment. So even though they got into that change, they lost a couple of people, everything turned out fine because they had the windmill under their control. Jarvan's on his way up there. If he gets there quickly enough, he should be able to get a free neutral. I don't know about a full cap. You see him charging right through the minions in the process and go for the capture on. Now it's going to be impeded just a little bit by the minion there. And they are going to get that neutral. Shock Blast comes across. Huge chunk out of Take Your Pill's health there. Now they can get into a fair engagement over this tower. Forgot the Icing goes in, puts a little bit of damage on Generic's Brand right away. Cataclysm, Box and Generic and No Name are in. Leaves a good opening for Swain to be able to contribute his damage. Forgot the Icing turning that top tower around. And they are going to get interrupted by the pillar, but the minion's appearance there is going to get the tower under their control. The minions offering that extra little bit of capture whenever they get near a point. Moving around in the center of the map. Going around for Afro Dynasty's Karma, able to take him down. And oh dear! Forgot the Icing initiating in on Generic. Is he even going to be able to get away from this, though? Very, very risky play. Didn't even kill Brand in the process. And is he? That Rake? Nope. Sona able to pick him off with one auto attack there. No Namer, though, I think is going to be defeated for his troubles. Yes, but Generic's Brand, since he was not killed by Talon, still able to contribute damage into that fight. They have control of the top point. They need to get somebody up there to defend it. However, Afro Dynasty's Karma is on the way up, but is going to be zoned back by somebody, probably Alia. And while Afro Dynasty can interrupt Mao, he can't quite reach across to Brand in order to be able to stop that. So he can get one out of the 2 champions that's up there. Throws down another inner fire. It collides for a little bit of damage, but they will survive. Moving to the center part of the map. Beast can dash out, stick his head out against Fancy Wolf, let him know he's there. There's that twisted advance in. Beast 919 a little bit wary about engaging there. Looks like he wants more to wait for. Forgot the icing. Good airborne from Jarvan. Is going to tag everybody. Beast is not quite able to connect with Fancy Wolf to take him down, though. That Sap Magic's going to heal Fancy up and keep him alive. Ollie and Fancy Wolf both surviving with barely any hit points. Take Your Pill tried to dive through to get to him, was not able to do so. See Generic's Brand coming around the side. He wants to be able to connect with Talon, and oh dear! Talon jumps through, but isn't able to get anything done, sadly. Stalin bottom, in control of the top. They're stalling it out up there pretty well. Karma heading down the lower part of the map. Might be their chance to put on a little bit of bot lane pressure. Now, Corvul had recalled, which means he's not going to be in an advantageous position if they decide to go for a gank. They're going to have to dive through the tower. Corvul has all sorts of advantage here. Whoa, tagged him with the snare anyway. Okay, that could be kind of bad. And with Jarvan staying behind in order to be able to capture the tower, they're able to take control of that, no problem. Jayce coming down here from the top. Jarvan turns around to interrupt him, and Fancy Wolf's Mao have Take Your Pill Swain making an appearance as well. 4 down here in the bottom lane. Talon+Swain up at the top, making sure no one can get any business going on there. Afro Dynasty is taken down. Now Stide Sentinel getting sniped out by Generic's Brand. Oh, excuse me, by Maokai. It looks like it was a Storm Shield proc that actually killed him there. And Swain, Take Your Pill, is going to be able to get away. The other side of the map here, Beast 919 is keeping Fancy back away from that tower. We're going to go ahead and recall on the speed shrine. A little bit of a pro strat. You recall while on the speed shrine, it gets you back a little bit faster. You click on him, you can see he still has that speed shrine buff as he leaves his point, or as he leaves the base rather. Ping being thrown down there by Jarvan, or not Jarvan, excuse me, by blue team. Jarvan and Karma heading off towards the center of the map here. And Mao is going to check that out with a sapling. Twisted advance through onto Beast 919. And that's Jarvan going to be picked up for free. Another engagement going on here. Shadow Assault, forgot the icing, is going to run on out of that. Take Your Pill trying to do as much damage as he can. They're able to take down one person, but are swept for the most part. Oh dear, Fancy Wolf hit with that rake, but he shouldn't be too concerned about it. Talon can't really go anywhere. Talon being left alive is okay because he can't make a play solo against anything right now. Looks like Fancy Wolf looking around for Forgot the Icing up here. Goes in with a twisted advance. Forgot the Icing doesn't have anyone he can jump out to, so instead he jumps over to Fancy Wolf. Eventually, else gets thrown down. Forgot the Icing. You don't want this. Okay, maybe you do. You brought backup. I didn't quite realize. Karma get the shutdown there. Oh dear, Forgot the Icing almost going down to that shock blast. Just barely going to be able to escape. Going for a very, very ballsy, but needed recall in order to get away. Twitch chat is broken on my end, by the way, in case anyone tries to talk to me. Initiating in on Take Your Pill. They're going to knock him back. Jarvan's going to move in. Does have his Cataclysm available. Doesn't look like he's going to throw it down quite yet, though. Maokai coming around from the side. Not tagged by that inner fire. Karma shot over the wall. Going to have to defend the drill. And they have a lot of poke here with Brand and Jayce. Those shock blasts are going to be absolutely brutal if they sit there and let Jayce sort of siege up on them. Initiation down here from Fancy Wolf. Oh, quick cancel on that Vengeful Maelstrom, actually. But it looks like they didn't quite need it. They're going to turn the drill around very, very handily. Bottom point, though, is going to be taken. So a little bit of a rotational shift in who has control of what on the map at the moment. They're going to lose their bottom in exchange for the drill temporarily. Still up in Nexus health. 417. Still above 400 Nexus health. Very, very good. Showing from Stalin bottom. Forgot the icing, wisely waiting for his teammates to arrive before he goes for anything here. Jarvan dashes through, doesn't have his Cataclysm available though. Forgot the icing. Wanted to chase after Mao a little bit, but decided against it. And they dropped the cap on the drill, which means they had to wait a few seconds before they could recap and get that going. Take Your Pill moving up to the top. Fancy Wolf's health getting a little low. Swain is able to take him down. Take Your Pill gets cleaned up, though, by No-Namers' Jayce. And they're going to take down Karma as well. Turn their attention over to Beast 919. And now the only one left alive, Forgot the Icing, is going to go for No-Namer here. And is going to make a play and get him. But Sona is just going to be able to pick him up afterward. Alia rocking actually quite a bit of damage with that Hextech Sweeper, Seeker's Arm Guard, and that Hem of Valor, using that to take down Forgot the Icing. Was a good pickup, though, from Forgot the Icing, knowing that, hey, certain abilities are down, I can make this play real fast here. But didn't quite anticipate the amount of damage that someone would be able to deal. Generic is going to get that, they're not going to contest it. Which means extra health and damage from him. Karma lands a Inner Fire, ooh, and a Snare as well, but it's not really going to do anything because he has an Negatron Cloak, and that's a really useful item to have. Another fight breaking out here, 4-on-4, center of the map, Cataclysm, and the eventual Maelstrom being thrown down there. Alia once again able to pick up a kill against Talon with that Hymn of Valor, and they're going to sweep through to Jayce as well. Very, very convincingly one team fight for them. Jarvan on his way back with the revive. Is he going to be able to get to the tower in time? Twisted Advance keeps him down. He can't quite get to his standard to go through. Just barely misses it. He's able to tag No-Namer though and catch the interrupt. Cataclysm is down, having just used it in the fight before, and he's going to have to play a little bit of a goofy back and forth game. Oh dear, the poke is a little bit outrageous. Bottom part of the map, though, using that momentum that they had from winning the team fight before that, they went down to the lower portion of the map, able to make a quick gank in on bottom. And Alia being chased away by Snide Sentinels. Zyra, Forgot the Icing goes through for Corval, but Corval's a really tanky character. There's a lot of health going for him. Oh, that crescendo, is that going to be the difference that they need? Yes! Alia is just barely able to do it. Unfortunately, not quite able to dodge the passive from Zyra. Beast 919 moving to the top part of the map. Wants to try to take this back. Is he going to be able to do so? No. Fancy Wolf's appearance is going to chase him away from the tower. Jayce coming in from the back, though. Able to unload on him a little bit. And are we going to see that combo come out? Just looking for that Shock Blast. Gets it. Takes him out. Corval retreating. Has to dash back away. And Afro Dynasty is just barely going to survive this. No! No! He just picks it up at the last possible moment with that Shock Blast Acceleration Gate combo. Jayce had gotten past the minions just in time to be able to fire that off without having it be interrupted by them. And Afro Dynasty forced to use his revive too because of that in order to get back onto the field. There is the Cataclysm coming down from Jarvan, boxing Generic in, but Generic's able to do quite a bit of damage there. Forgot the Icing Talon running away. You see that speed combo. Are we going to see that Acceleration Gate Shock Blast? No, they're going to let Talon go. Instead, they're going to turn their attention onto the top lane as Take Your Pill has gone up there to try and take their tower, but Shock Blast combo coming across from the middle of nowhere over here. Ooh, wow, I didn't actually know they could reach. That's pretty cool. Went from right here to right here. That's nice. Take Your Pill is going to get taken down. They don't have any time to make this play, actually. Unless they swept top convincingly. We'll see if they're able to do that or not. It's very, very all-in up here. But, oh dear, the stalls from that stun. And that is going to be game. Stalin bottom, able to take out Everglade Tree Lovers. Their on-camera appearance streak has ended. But hopefully we'll see them back again sometime soon. So your winners this game are going to be Everglade Tree Lovers. It means we're going to see Stalin bottom continue on to the finals once again. And take a look at the post-game screen here for you real quick. Give you a quick glance at the items. And we will also go over to the graphs and show you damage dealt to champions. Who is out in front? Jayce. Convincingly out in front, 31k. And the next highest is going to be Karma. So we're going to go on to the finals series coming up next. Going to be a best of 3 series. Looks like it's going to be in Walls We Trust. First is Everglade Tree Lovers. Everglade Tree Lovers haven't been defeated. Aren't going to make a finals appearance again this time. We are going to see... What is their team name this time? Stalin bottom up against In Walls We Trust. A rematch of last week. We're going to see Everglade Tree Lovers against, I think Cheese Enema would be the 3rd and 4th place match. That one won't be being cast, though, but best of luck to Everglade Tree Lovers as they go up against that team. Good showing from those guys. It was nice to commentate their game.